Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I think we might have been arrested, I'm not sure, but that seems like it might have been what happened at the end of the last one. So here we go. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. Yeah, so I think we're on trial. White's going to set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. ... Right, Mr. Wright. Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Ha, now I'm afraid we've switched places. What? You mean you... Yeah, I explained what had happened to Maya. ... I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well... Help me break out of here. Let's do a prison break. I don't see how she's going to defend us, so cheer. Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean, like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? I better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. Oh my god, she's taking that very literally. Wait. What? I'm kidding, it was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding, but thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay, then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. Oh, it's nice to know we've got a friend throughout all of this. Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Oh, okay. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case, with the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow, it's me or him. It's got to be him. We're not going down. To be continued. Okay, cool. Saving content, fine. Do we want to save up to this point? Yeah, why not? We'll just save over the most recent one that was like 5 minutes ago. I've done that like twice already in this playthrough. September the 9th, 9:52 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Okay. By the way, if you hear any like tapping noises on the video, we've got 2 gerbils and one of them is absolutely going crazy with his toy, so I don't know if the mic's going to pick that up. If you hear like some weird sort of banging sounds, that's what that is. I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another this case gets decided today. Ah, but Phoenix, look. Look who it is. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Ah, is he talking about change from yesterday, or is there like a past history here? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix, right? So they do know each other. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. Interesting. So it seems like basically Edgeworth is telling us that even if we can like prove things, that the judge is just going to side with White. So that's a problem. Courtroom number 1. Here we go. I'll have the little chatter you hear it until he hits the gavel thing. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honour. I'll be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Do we want to raise an objection? I mean, the thing is... we can try, right? But I bet he shuts it down. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanour. ... Great, he gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Alright, here he comes. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Oh god. Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name! These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corps. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why, I tell you what you already know. Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho-ho! Oh, God. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Okay, here we go. Witness's testimony. So let's go, we'll go through it all. And then we'll do like objections and things, or like pressing afterwards. Let's see, it was around 9 PM, I believe. Oh, was it 9 PM or 9 AM? I don't know, it just says 9. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The bellhop or bellboy is going to be able to prove that he wasn't in the room, right? The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Okay, so we're going to have to... I guess we're just going to have to just press everything, I suppose. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I'm hoping that pressing these things isn't going to make the health go down, because this seems like a bit of an unusual circumstance. How do you know what time it was? Because I am always absolutely perfect, you know? No, no, no. You're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said too. Do we want to press further on that? I mean, it probably doesn't hurt, right? True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May, but he testified that he did not see you at the time, that's true. This is your concern? Silly lawyer, Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course, he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull off something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at that time? I was quietly that's reading to you some papers by the window. Let's press. So it didn't look like that affected the health bar by pressing those, so that's good. By a window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co. law offices? Correct, that is the only window you see. And there you were reading papers. Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who had business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. What bedlam? A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see, continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. Press. So you were reading your papers until you heard the sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop. Yeah, right, you've made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? Is that all we can say about that? Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. Good point. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes? 40! I knew he was going to do something like that, 2020, and make it 40. He's such a... Oh god, don't add them together. He is just... I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Yeah. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she'd been tapping the Fay office phone? Ah, he's objecting to it. Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone on this Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Ho ho, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this new detail. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Now, I'm not going to present anything here, but I think the photo thing, we had a photo or like a map of the scene or something, and something contradicted that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but we'll look at it in a bit, I'm sure. Let's press. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? Sorry, just getting a drink. I am abso-positively perfect. End of story. How many times must I hear that? Psst! Phoenix! Doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd? Correct. Finally, there was a terrible impaction, then it was all over. Impaction? Don't you just mean impact? Ridiculosity! I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, perhaps I better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edgeworth prep this guy too, I wonder? Maybe. Anyway, I'd better find a weakness in there. Okay, so is it going to loop round? Yeah, it is. Okay, so... let's hit this. So, died from a blow by a blunt object. Okay, fine. So we had the glass shards from that stand. Now, there's something in here, I'm sure of it. Yes, here. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught struck. So, April directly said that the victim ran to the right, and he's saying the victim ran to the left. And then we've got this, the murder scene. So, we can see it definitely did happen to the left, because there's all that destruction there and nothing to the right. So, that means that his testimony on that is technically correct, right? It would have had gone to the left, I assume. But that means that he's contradicted April's testimony, so that could be something that we play into, I suppose. I don't know, we'll have to see. But I tell you what, guys, we are out of time anyway, so we will carry on with this in the next one. We are going to have to really be on our toes here, I think, otherwise we are going to get caught out, aren't we? So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.